Hey, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Hope we're all doing good. I'm having a good day. It's going to be a very, very busy few days. As it says in the title, I'm going to share with you some of the crazy stuff going on in my life. Doobie! How good is a day when Doobie's here? Clayton, good to see you. And Davy's here. So cool. You are cool, says Doobie. You're with a name like Doobie. You're calling me cool. You wrote cool. Thank you for saying that, though. Jared, good to see you. K Swap, good to see you. Dizzy Dragon, hello. Dumpaholic, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Caleb, for those who don't know, Caleb Drake. His name is Caleb. Thank you, Caleb, for being here. Balaki, Narcoleptic Chihuahua Productions. Good to see you in freezing PA today. It is cold in PA. Fact. You know what's really funny? You guys want to see something? On my home screen, on my phone, if you go to the weather app, it has all the places, like key places for me, where my children are, and in Erie's there because of harvest. It's 20 degrees right now. It'll be Fahrenheit, -7 degrees Celsius. And I think about that a lot because that's where a lot of people are without a home. It's terrible. I think about it a lot. Here, on the other hand, it is beautiful and just not tropical, but man, is it nice. So listen, I'm going to say hi to everybody for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to tell you guys about the crazy schedule I got coming up. Do me a favor if you can, since you guys are here, just hit the like button, because what's going to happen is they'll think, oh my God, something exciting is happening there. More Chili guys will see this. So try to hit the like button. That'd be really, really cool. Sherry, hello. Good to see you. Long time. Sherry Rook is also in PA. Yeah, it's very cold. Awakened by the Looking Glass. Good to see you. James Crunkhorn. Good to see you. From Boston, UK. All right, Dizzy, just a moment. We will. Bizzle, there's my dude. Bizzle, I just got some information I wanted to share. So I'm going to be talking to Bizzle on the phone. But I want to do this. So Bizzle was going to call me, but as soon as this is over, Bizzle is going to call me. He's one of the few people I talk to on the regular. I'm trying to think who else I talk to daily. Oh, man, I wish I could show you. Here are 4 A10 warthogs. Do you got? I'm asking if you can see. They're in formation. I don't know if the light's going to help you or you'll be able to. Did you guys happen to see them? Probably not. I'm sorry. I wasn't lying. They really were there. Oh, you could see them. Man, I'm so psyched. There were 4 of them. I didn't think you'd be able to see that. That's so cool. 3 days. Yes. Technically 2 days because it's the day after tomorrow. For me, it happens on the 21st at 10 p.m. Let's see here. Let me tell you. I'm so glad you guys could see them. But they were definitely far away. They've been very active. Not just them. I don't know if they're F-18s or what, but then the Hercules, several of those. I've always wanted to jump out of one of those. I really want to. All right, so let me tell you what happened. I have this digital media tour that I am doing. It is called, what's the SMT? Satellite Media Tour. Here is the schedule for my satellite media tour. You guys aren't going to believe this. So it starts at 7:30 in the morning. The first interview I do, I thought, they said, can you do an interview? I said, sure, I'll do an interview. I get the email. Wait to hear this. The first interview is at 7:30. Detroit, Michigan. It's a live, this will be live on WJB KTV for Fox News at 9 a.m. All right. Then at 7:38, doing another live TV interview in Washington, D.C. for WUSA TV, Great Day Washington in CBS. Kristen and Ellen will be interviewing me there. Then at 7:45, I have a national, it's a taped interview, but it's syndicated, so it's going to be everywhere throughout the day. I'm going to be interviewed by Tony Toscano on that one. And then 7:52, I'm being interviewed by James Tobias from Dallas, Texas, for WFAA TV for midday news on ABC. And that's not live, that's taped. Then at 8 o'clock, Natalie Taylor is going to interview me for the Morning Blend on WFTS TV in Tampa, Florida. And that is taped. All right. Then at 8:08, James Thomas, the Morning Blend in Midday West on KPLR TV, St. Louis, Missouri, will be interviewing me. And then at 8:15 in Atlanta, Georgia, I'll be doing a live TV interview on WAGA TV for Good Day Atlanta on Fox. Then at 8:22, I'm doing an interview. Tadi Amari is going to be interviewing me live in the D, WDIV TV, Detroit, Michigan. That one's taped at 8:22. And then at 8:30, Irene Cruz, the 7 a.m. live stream on ABC from KACB TV, Los Angeles. That one's live at 8:30. Then at 8:38, this guy's crazy. Listen to this. 8:38, not sure who's going to be interviewing me, but it's Good Day Chicago, WFLD TV, live. That's going to be live in Chicago, Illinois, 8:38. Then at 8:45, I'll be on the ABC Morning News, KGO TV. That's live in San Francisco. You could say that I'd be done, but I'm not done yet. Maggie Rodriguez will interview me on a syndicated taped national thing at 9 a.m. It's a daytime thing, but it's going to be syndicated, so it's everywhere. Then Helen Raptis, AM Northwest, KATU TV is a taped interview from Portland, Oregon. Then at 9:15, Joe Cronauer, It's About You, NBC. WKYC TV, taped interview in Cleveland, Ohio. And then I'll be interviewed for South Florida Live, NBC, WTVJ TV, taped interview in Miami, Florida at 9:22. How about that? Can you imagine that? Like literally for 2 hours, every 8 minutes for like 2 hours straight. Do you realize the organization for this? If they said, Johnny, here's a list of people, you got to organize these and try to make it really, whoever figured that out is just organizing all that. Because all I got to do is sit there. The camera's going to turn on. I'll be like, hey, how are you? It's, I got to tell you something. I'm good about all this. I really am. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow. Started to change things. It's crazy. Davey, I'm so old, I never knew there was such a thing. Me either, Davey. Then I'm older. What number? What you got? Yeah, I'll remember. I have a list of everything. It'll be, 2 minutes before they'll say, what's going to happen is we're going to go on Zoom. And the interview will happen at 8 o'clock. Well, 2 minutes before 8, I'll be behind this. They'll say you're in the back studio. They can see you, but you can't see them. And then if you're watching TV, you'll say, "Hey, we have somebody from the new show, Super Hots. We have Johnny Scoville." Then I'll pop on the screen and they'll ask me 3 or 4 questions. I'll say goodbye. I'll change. We're going to sit there, and then 4 minutes later, we'll do a different one. We'll do that for 2 hours straight, all around the country. Crazy, crazy. Lemke, good to see you, Jennifer Lemke. Thanks for being here. I wish I could nap, Davey. I'm so jealous from people who can nap. I don't nap well. I've done it once. I've done it once recently, actually. But my record of napping, having successful naps, it's not good. Biggest fight I ever had with my kid's mom, I've told the story several times, was after a nap. Horrible, horrible. I wake up, you could sell me a bridge. I don't know what day it is. It was bad. James Crunkhorn, I have a base in the UK with Eurofighters every hour fly over and other planes, so I chase the heat in the UK, which is not like the USA. I love the UK, man. I love. Been there a few times with the channel. Got a lot of friends there. I love the UK. First League of Fire bout that ever happened was in the UK. Uncle Bull Cow sitting in traffic, listening in, brother. Is my man, Uncle Bull Cow. It's a good dude right there. For real. Rufus, forget about it. Been wondering when you're going to be here. Rufus Williams, good to see you, dude. Thanks for being here. Will I take an hour to wake up? Davey, here's what happened. I was on a vacation in Bermuda with my kids, mom, and I was drinking then, and I had some drinks. It was before dinner, and we were going to take a nap. I thought, yeah, I'll take a nap. It's a good idea. Had a buzz going. I took a nap. This is before cell phones. So I took a nap and I woke up and it was weird. I woke up. It was like I think it was like 7 o'clock or 6:30 or 7 o'clock. It was a weird time. And I looked at her. I said, "What time?" She was like 7. I looked out the window and the lighting. I said, "Morning or night?" And she goes immediately starts laughing. I said, "No." I said, "Is it morning or night?" She goes, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes, I'm serious. Is it morning or night?" She wouldn't tell me. She just thought it was funny. The more angry I got, more humor she found in it. So I called the front desk. I said, "What time is it?" She told me the time. I says, "Morning or night?" And the woman at the front desk goes, "Are you serious?" So I felt like it was like a conspiracy. I'm like, "Yes, I'm serious. Is it morning or night?" It was 7 in the evening. But that's why I don't nap. Bad thing to do. I don't do it well. I'm not good at it. You know who was a great napper? I mean, like a championship napper? Papa Scovel was a championship. He'd do these power naps. He'd shut his eyes for 15 minutes, wake up and feel good, and have like his wake up. And I don't mean like wake up and go where your head's doing one of these numbers for a while, and you eat some sort of stimulant, like coffee or something to wake up, or cold air. He'd just open his eyes and be ready to go. And I think when I shut down, it's like a freight train. You know, you shut a freight train. It takes a lot to get a freight train going. When you stop it, to get it going again is a drag. And that's me, man. When I go to sleep, I'm done. I'm done. Shut me down, wake me up in a while. Dizzy Dragon, hey, in theory, all Primo has to do is offer seeds for the creeper, and he takes the win. Same with Serious Hot Peppers. Look, I love how people are throwing in their 2 cents. I always need a new sauce, says Bizzle. Everybody has I'm getting these, you wouldn't believe, so many people that are emailing me and sending me messages and texts saying, "What happened? What pepper won? What's the hottest pepper?" I'm like, watch it. I asked them, I'm like, "What day does it come out?" Like the 22nd. I'm like, "Well, watch it then." I know. Can't tell you that. Molaski, good to see you, man. So good to see you, Steve. Boxster Box. Ate a mustard death spiral from Haralacket. This morning made a 1.3, 1.4 million. Very good, Boxster Box. Primo's Pepper, shut up. The man, the myth, and the legend is in the chat here. Troy Primo. Sure is cold here in Louisiana. I think Kara may make some gumbo. Ooh, you know what? Anyone want to have something? Remember the last time you and I had gumbo together, Primo? You remember that? It was fun. It was funny. It was hilarious. Oh yeah, he remembers. We were on his porch eating gumbo, almost in the middle of the night. It was late, right? Do you remember? There were some funny things that day, man. Here's the great thing about that gumbo meal we had. You guys want to see it? It's in the show. I don't think they could have edited that out. You know, we taped so much stuff. They could have edited it out, but I don't think they will. Love you, brother. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Steve-O. That's my Steve-O impression. I think I'm Italian too, says Davey. I'm Italian and German. Thank you, Awakened by the Looking Glass. Gotta go. Get ready. Good to see you live. You bet. Dizzy Dragon says, you might not know me, but I know you. Greg Bowman. Isn't anonymity a neat thing? I used to have it. I don't have it at all. I mean, I do. Most people have no clue who I am. But it's kind of a bell you can't unring, you know. Like, I can't leave messages. Like, I don't leave messages. I watch videos all the time that I would love to comment on. I watch live streams all the time that I don't comment in, because when I comment in a live stream, then people will start talking to me in the live stream. Then the person doing the live stream isn't doing their streaming where they're talking to me. And I don't mean to just derail people. You know what I mean? That anonymity is nice. And he thinks I don't know. Davey, Tommy's brother. Somebody asking you, who is this dude? Who is this guy? It's Tommy's older brother. I like Boudin. Greg Bowman. I had some Boudin with my buddy Vince about a month ago. You guys ever watched the video where I swear it's like one of the first videos ever to the channel. I ate a bunch of peppers in a backyard at a cookout, kind of dark, like a kind of interesting lighting. That was Vince. He called 911 that night. Earlier, he'd had a heart attack. So he eats a pepper and he's like, how hot? I said, it's really hot. I said, not very hot. Then it got really hot. I went home and had cramps all night because it was the first time I ever ate a ton of peppers without prepping. Won't do that again. But because he had a heart attack earlier, he was scared to death. So we called 911. He was on the landing of the stairs, rolling around dying. And they came up and they were talking to him, all freaking out. Have you had any other health problems? Yes, I've had a heart attack. They were talking. They're all panicking, like really getting serious, like triage stuff, like get ready to work. Find out what his problem, taking his vitals and stuff. And he goes, well, what have you done today? Well, I ate a pepper a couple hours ago. They went, we're good. Immediately, the severity, like the intensity, the urgency, just you just ate a pepper. You're good. But that's Vince. So I was at Vince's a month ago and had some amazing boudin. I don't know where he got it, but boy, it was good. Julie Phil, good to see you. Aaron Giorno in Italy, they have a siesta. See, they would. I wouldn't. I can't do that, man. And that's where, you know what siesta they do? In Mexico, they do too. You know, tiramisu in Italian means pick me up. And it's meant for something instead of having a coffee or something. It's meant to have at around 4 or 5 o'clock. You're starting to get snoozy or so, or 3 o'clock when you get the snoozy. It's a little pick me up. It's got caffeine in it. That's what that's for. A lot of people don't know that. Surprised you know that. Sheldon and Don, horseradish is horseradish the same heat as a pepper? No, it's different. Horseradish and garlic, you know, it's different. It's a different kind of heat. It's hard to describe. Like if you get horseradish has I don't know if it's a burn. How would somebody help me? You guys, if you know, I don't think that garlic burns. It doesn't burn me anyway. I don't know how to describe it. It's definitely different. You know what I mean? Like if you go to Pepper Palace, they have a thing called nasal napalm. It's the hottest. It shouldn't be called the hottest. The strongest. The strongest horseradish in the world. When you take the top off, it's like when you take the top off, it just comes out of the and it just goes up to everybody in the room and tries to suck the air out of their lungs. If you smell it, you're gonna cough. It sucks the air out of your lungs. There's a funny video. You got to have that, but it's not hot. I don't care how you try. It's hot, it's strong as can be, but it's not hot. I was a college boy. We went to Pepper Palace. I said, you got to give it a good sniff when you're eating it. He sniffed and breathed in, ended up coughing his skull off. Good times. Good times. I'm Italian, and I did not know that, Sherry Rook says. Aaron Joyner says horseradish to me is like I bit my tongue. It's weird. I've had certain things, and then you hear somebody else describe it better. You're like, oh, no, that's what I meant. Like I used to think that floral peppers tasted soapy. Not really. It's flowery and flowery, but not soapy. You know what I mean? And when I heard someone describe it better, it's like, yeah, that's what I meant. You know what I mean? Like another good example is Szechuan peppercorns. I've had people say they make your mouth numb. And it sort of does, but one of the best description is if you eat one, wherever it's touching, you vibrate. I'm not kidding you. It makes your skin vibrate. If you have like a bunch in your mouth will vibrate. It's an incredible thing. I don't know. It's just me. I'm here to honor y'all not participating in the heat. Davey, you have no idea how much we appreciate you being here. Jen Marie is here also. Wait, this isn't a cat video. No cats here. You know what? So far, listen, I've seen the coyote today and the rabbit. I've yet to see the roadrunner. If I do, that's a hat trick for the Looney Tunes. I need to see a roadrunner. No roadrunner. You know what? I see them. They're pretty common. I haven't been out like walking around. I guarantee if I go out and I walk for 15 minutes, I'll end up getting the hat trick. Here's the good thing. I can almost take my time because I have hours before the sun's gone. The issue is the coyote's tough to see. He's elusive. As I said this morning, he's wily. And where I usually see him is right there. He runs the same spot every time. I've only seen him stop once this morning. We're in the office and he was running right up the driveway. I mean, he was walking like he was a dog, like he was just our pet. No big deal. But a week ago in the exact same spot, I saw a bobcat. And I kid you not, it was as big, maybe even a little bigger than that coyote was. I'm not joking. It was a huge bobcat. It's a very strange sensation, Sheldon and Don. Roadrunners are weird. They are very, very cool. John, are you wearing the Blood Snot t-shirt? I am. It's a great sauce, Lawn Dog. One of my favorite hot sauce companies. Am I getting nervous or excited, Jen Marie? You know what? I'm nervous. I was fine. I am fine. But, you know, when they gave me that list, I thought I was going to do one interview. When they gave me the email to me, I read the list. I was like, you know, listen, this channel has, and I'm so proud of it. We worked very hard. I worked very hard, and you guys have worked hard watching me. We built this amazing connection. You know, I feel like I'm part of your family. I thank you that you allow me into your homes and on your devices. I mean, it's millions of things you could do, but you take the time to watch this, you know. So we have this thing going here. And 7, almost 8 years, 24 million times people have clicked the button to watch a video. And we're going to get more exposure starting Sunday night. And by the end of the close of the day, Tuesday, we'll have more exposure in that day and a half than we've had in 7 years on this channel. It's exciting, but it's just kind of weird, you know. Charles McClellan, man, so good to see you. I'm super excited about it, but it's weird, man. You have to, you know, it's weird. Yeah, you know, I don't know. It's not like here, you know, I feel like the dog that chased the car. I caught the car. I don't really know what to do with it. I kind of feel like that. The other thing is like every other job I've ever been at, because this is a job, every other job I've been at every step of the way, if somebody had stopped me and said, "All right, Johnny, what is your position?" I tell them what the company is, what my position, and they say, what's if you get a promotion, what's next?" I would be able to tell you what I'm working towards. You know what I mean? And every company, there would be something I was working toward. If I was a worker, I was looking to be a manager. If I was a manager, I wanted to be the director. If I was a director, I wanted to be a regional manager. Or you know what I mean? So I always knew what I was working towards, and there was a goal. Here, I didn't like I said, I'm the accidental like chili head. I just made videos because it was fun. All of the stuff, every single bit of it has been an accident. So the fact that all of it's been an accident, I don't really know. I have no idea what I'm working towards. I used to be a like a goal writing guy. I still journal every day, and I'm a goal writing guy. But it's difficult to make goals and write goals down when you have. I have no idea. Like, see when things are happening to you that you never dreamed were possible. How do you write goals from there? I never thought I could never have written this down as a goal because oh, it's weird. It's just very, very weird. Super excited about it. Just very, very weird. Casey said, now you have a chance to bring more exposure to the charities you support. That's a fact. That's really cool. Very excited about that. That's the truth. More eyes are going to be on Harvest 912. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Life is crazy, Davey. I'm not even joking you. Tommy and I were talking about that last night. Like, for real. And that is the point. Life is crazy. It's exactly what the point is. You know what I mean? Like, the unknowing is the best part about it. Anthony Beatty says, you did an awesome job flying by the seat of your pants. And that's kind of what it was like. I just kept making videos. And all the while I was making videos, crazy stuff was happening. Like, do you realize all of it? Like, I swear to you, to my God, every single step of it was just an accident. Like, the very first, I've been to like 8 countries around the world a couple times with the channel. The very first one was an accident. I didn't like try to make that happen. None of it. Got an email from somebody in the Philippines. Said, hey, we'll fly you here and put you in the best hotel. All I got to do is show up and be the guest of honor at our chili festival. It seemed too good to be true. But they did. And then all these countries, one after the other, started doing the same thing. So I traveled around but I didn't try to make that happen. Just because, I swear to you, it just happened. The Netflix just happened. Hulu just happened. All of it just happened. It wasn't anything that it was the most organic thing I've ever been a part of. You know what I mean? So I don't know how. It's weird. I'm just sitting. You know what? It's more. I've kind of given up trying to have goals. I just every day. This is how it is. Every single day when I get up, it's like a scratch off lottery ticket. Some days I wake up and nothing amazing happens throughout the whole day. It's just a normal day, scratch off, nothing spectacular. But every once in a while, I'll wake up and something amazing. It's just like that. And more often than not, I wake up and it's an amazing scratch off that day. It's bizarre. Sheldon and Don, boy, you bet, absolutely has. No two ways about it. Don't you love Flamin' Jackson? What a great guy. Sounds like a plot to a weird movie. You have no idea, Jen. It really is. It so is. The other thing is, I think most of the time something like this happens to somebody, it's something that's their goal. They set out, they want to be in the entertainment business or whatever, and you know what I mean. And that's what they've set out for. It's destined to happen at some point. Like I've lived 10 lifetimes, and there's really a lot. It's like, I need to stop thinking about it. Flamin' Jackson says, I'm so excited for the pepper community. I am too. You know the funny thing is though, here's the weird thing. It's if you look at it as a whole, like this is the globe we're all on, and you look at it from afar, like from space. You're looking at it from space, and here's the Earth. And you look at the pepper community is all part of that. It's a great thing for the pepper community. I promise you, because of what this show, 12 months from now, if you look at how much hot sauce is sold in the country, how much pepper sales, pepper seeds, the whole pepper thing, in the next 12 months, because of this show, it'll blow you away. So I know that, you know what I mean? If you look at here, it's a good thing for the chili community. But if you get real close and you get zoom in and you're now on the earth, and you're not just on your earth, you're in your kitchen and or in your bedroom, and you're on the pepper community that already exists on the internet. A lot of those people are unhappy. But this is the thing. The show wasn't made for those people. This show is not made for the chili community. That's what everybody's missing. At least the chili community is missing. It's not the chili community is missing that. This was not made for us. This was not made for us at all. We made this for everybody else. It's pulling back the curtain saying, look, we're freaks, but you know what? We're fun freaks. Come along. You'll have a good time. It has nothing to do, you know what I mean? No. So if you pull back, certainly it's for the chili community, but it's not for the existing chili community that's online. And here's the thing of the people that are online, the existing chili community online, in Instagram, X, on Facebook, all of them, even TikTok. You know what I mean? Those people that are already a part of the chili community that know about this project, they're wicked divided. Some are super excited about it. They think it's going to be a beautiful thing. Some are like, I literally saw a post where someone said it was the fault. This person, he said it was the fall of the chili community. He said it was the worst thing that ever happened. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a good thing. I do. But it definitely isn't for us. It wasn't for us. We made this for everybody else. You guys have ever heard, if you find somebody when you fall in love, you find somebody's weirdness is just like your weirdness. What do you think this channel's about? Like, I got issues. I'm a weirdo. But guess what? You all understand me. There's a few that is just a spectacle. Like that, like it's kind of like Evel Knievel back a million years ago when he would jump. There are people that would go there just for the crash. I think when I first started, there were people there that would try to watch for the crash or the freak out or whatever the pepper chili heads do. But once they start realizing what I'm about, they weren't really looking for the flame out. You know what I mean? But there is some of that probably. Annie. Good to see you, Annie. Thank you for being here. Timmy, what's my favorite peppers? Mine are Scotch Bonnet, Yellow, Trinidad Scorpion, and Jigsaw Gourmet. Boy, it really goes back and forth. For the last couple years, my favorite pepper to me has been Killer Yellow. It's a yellow Primatale. But in the last pepper season, this very last pepper season, like the chocolate pod yard meter got moved a lot. So I think I'm kind of partial. I'm definitely partial to chocolate pods in the way that they burn, but the flavor is really kind of my thing too. Lower heat pods, I love ahi pods to me. It's kind of my jam. Evan, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm looking to buy super, super hot sauce with extract under 30. What do you recommend? Go to this company, Hellfire Hot Sauce, and get their doomed or double doomed. That's going to be scorching, ridiculously, absurdly hot in that price range for sure. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. I'm that way, Davey. I don't judge. You know what I mean? You know what? When you go through your life kind of a weirdo, you really don't judge others. The people I've always hung with weren't the judgmental type. 3 sleeps, Henny. You know what? 2 actually, because it's kind of weird. It starts Sunday at 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch 2 or 3 Sunday night, and then go to bed, and then get up and watch the rest on Monday. And then I'm going to do a couple of live streams. Monday's going to be a weird. Actually, I can't get up and watch it Monday because Monday I got to get up and do that media thing. Wow. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll do it. I'll figure it out. Dave's middle name is Marie. Nobody knows my middle name. I told everybody the initial. I've had people guess. Tomorrow I was going to do a giveaway if anybody guessed my middle name. Nobody's guessed it. No, all right, Johnny Scoville. I grew some Carolina Reaper and Ghost Peppers in my garden this year. Ate them fresh. They were 100%. I love the burn. As someone has dealt with addictions, you know what? It's a good thing. If you've somebody's, I listen. If you've had an addiction, dive into the pepper world. It'll help so much. I promise you. I promise. Jim Marie, I missed the initial. I can guess it. You can't, but I'll give you the initial. The initial is B, but nobody can guess it. Have you thought of any new fun challenges like jumping out of a plane, eating peppers? You could do a roller coaster, eating peppers, maybe a challenge. You know what? It's funny you mentioned the roller coaster, Jennifer. I went to, I forgot the name of the place. Oh, it's a dove. Squirrel be going crazy. She does that kill. I can't remember the name of the Carowinds in Fort Mill. We were going to go there. You know what my problem is? I don't like breaking rules. I broke rules all my life, and scary rules. I don't like breaking even minor ones. So I was going to go to Carowinds, big amusement park. 100 great places potentially to make a great video. And I didn't want to. It's embarrassing to even tell you this. I called to clear it with them like a moron. I should have showed up with a camera. You can't. It's not like you can't bring a camera there. Anyway, I called and they said, "Oh, you can't do that." It would, if I just showed up, I could have got 3 or 4 videos done without, But anyway, so I've thought about that. I don't know, the skydiving one. I have another one. Tommy and I are going to do a skydiving one this summer. I have a couple good ideas for a skydiving one. I want to do a wingsuit one. I really want to do wingsuit really bad. It's really funny. Tommy was like so against wingsuiting. He was like, now he's like, the last time we talked, he's like, I can see wingsuiting. So he and I are going to do it probably. So I don't know. Here's the thing. I know I see a bunch of stuff I can't really say. There's a major fast food chain, okay, that has hired me to do their TV commercials. I have not shared with anybody what that brand is, and I can't yet. But it's a very cool thing because when they approached me, they asked me if I would do a Skype call with them, which was crazy. So I said, sure. So I'm giving you my oath, my handing out. This is what the person said. And I had somebody who was, anyway, she thought it was just me and her. My business partner was sitting right here. So when we were Skyping, she could see me. She couldn't see him because he was just off camera. So he witnessed this whole thing. But she said, we loved your skydive. We love what you do. I love all the videos you've been in. We loved you in Netflix. And they said, we'd like you to do commercials for us. I went, really? She said, yeah. So I was immediately right. This is what she said. She said, do you have any stunts or things you want to do like for Chili's that you haven't been able to do because they were out of your price, your range, financially they were out of your range? I went, she said, like what? So she gave me her email and I made a list of 6 things. And I mean, some of them are like 6 things. And they loved every one of them. So they're like, yeah, we're going to do it. So, and when you see those commercials come out, I'll tell you what happens. When I'm allowed to talk about it, I will. I won't be able to tell you what the commercials are. You just have to wait until they come out. But when you see them, you'll be like, no way. Like the first one that we're going to do. The first one is so cool. It's like, you know what? The first one, you know what the truth of the matter is? If you're a guy that likes stunts and stuff like that, and you're like, this is like what this was was like bucket list on somebody else's dime that they're going to film and I don't have to worry about filming. That's what it's like. All the things that I'm doing on this are bucket list stuff. Every one of them is like, oh, I got it. It's almost like, here's my bucket list. I want to do that. So we're going to just substitute peppers with their food. And that's what, so some amazing thing coming up. So as far as stunts, there's just a lot of really good ones. Here's the problem, and this really is a drag. A lot of the stunts that I'm doing, like that, none of those are for the channel. They'll be for TV, not even for the internet. They'll be for television, and that's cool and everything. But the nice thing about, like, there's something special about YouTube where you can just kind of click on and look at it. I'm sure I'll get a commercial of it and somehow get them uploaded somehow. But getting lit. Good to see you, Big Shree. Good to see you. Thank you, Jen Marie. It's been, and you know something? I didn't go to them either. They came to me and said, hey, we have something we want to talk to you about. So I'm saying all this has been by accident. Honest to God, every single bit of it. You're not getting hurt, right? Davey, nah, no. No, you know what's really funny? Not really. Like the whole thing, every single thing that's happened to me since I started the channel. Jeremy Bell, good to see you, dude. Every single thing that's happened to me since I started Chase the, and there are people here that have been here since, some of them have been here for really, like, for years and years and years. It was just to have fun. It's all this has felt like a fairy tale. Honest to God, if you could sit down and just write on a piece of paper how you want it to go, I couldn't have written better than what's happened. So it just feels like the perfect fairy tale, minus the cramping and the minus all the pain. Take that out, it's like a fairy tale. It's still like a fairy tale. You know what I mean? So bizarre. Rick Spicer, good to see you. Ashley and Charlie. Man, good to see you. Uh-oh, Big Shree is shipping out to Fort Jackson, 23 days. Hyped. AIT at Fort Sill after. Man, thank you, Big Shree. Be safe, man. Fairy Tale of Cramps, Dizzy Dragon. You know what? There's no way to know, Like, I know I make videos I've made. I know I make challenges I've made, but only because they're counted and they're there. I'm a terrible record keeper. But I wish there was some way where I could say, yeah, you've had 137 hours of cap cramps from 6 to 10. I'd love to have those numbers because they've been, it's not as much fun as it looks. Everybody, I'm sure 90% of the people here, there's a bunch of people who probably don't eat hot stuff, and that's fine. And there are a bunch of people here that eat hot stuff but don't like flying too close to the sun. And there are other people that have just burned themselves silly. If you've had chili, like bad cramps, it's not something you'll ever forget. And everybody who's had bad cramps have said, I don't know why I do this. I'm not doing this again. Everybody. I've said it a few times. Big Shree, you're the reason I enjoy hot food now. Well, thank you, Big Shree. Appreciate that, man. Bigfoot. Good to see you, Saskatchewan, Bigfoot. Rufus Williams, how much toilet roll do you go through when eating them? Here's the thing: it doesn't bother me like that. If it did, do you think I'd make 5,000? I mean, I like pain, but not like that. It doesn't bother me like that. Honestly, I've been doing. You have to understand, I've been doing this. I'm like, you guys have seen Lord of the Rings? Remember Gandalf? Love that scene where he walks into the cave. And he's like, I don't remember. I have no memory of this place. It's because he remembers everything. I feel like the Gandalf the White of the pepper community. I've been here forever. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother my stomach anymore like that. Honestly, every beginning of pepper season, here's the truth. 2 times in the entire time, 2 times in 5,000. Let me see how many videos I've made. 5,100. This is the 5,187th video, and I've had 2 times where it's been bad the next day like that. 2 times in all those videos. You got to remember that the tolerance here builds really quickly. The tolerance in your stomach builds slower, and the tolerance of how do the work in the Oval Office builds the slowest. Kind of is what it is. But it doesn't really bother me anymore. But I know how you think. It's nothing. There's nothing wrong for thinking that way. Here's why you think that way. Everybody, it doesn't matter whether you're a chili head or not. Every single person has gone out, and whether you're eating, usually it's wings or tacos. Wings or tacos are the culprit, and most of the time it's wings. You'll eat a wing that's too hot, and at first you're like, it's too hot, and then you'll find yourself, I want another one because it's addictive. You'll find yourself eating more, or you'll have one, and for some reason you can handle it, and your friend, somebody with you will go, how can you eat that? You're a savage, and then you're like, oh. Next thing you know, you're knocking back 3 or 4 of them, and you're fine. Everything's good. You go home, they go home, you say goodnight, it was fun. You say, hey, we should eat these again. We'll catch you next week. We'll do these hot. They have an inferno level. We'll get them hotter next time. And they go home and you go home. And you get home on the couch and you're like, geez, what's going on here? Oh. Then, in 15 minutes, you start typing stuff. Everybody's done it. Everybody's been there. And everybody's sworn it off. And some people, there's 2 kinds of people. People that are going to get cap cramps. And there's people that, listen, I know them. There are people that will get cap cramps and go, I'm good. I've experienced it. Done it all. I don't need to do it again. What's the point? I've been there. I did it. I don't need to do it again. And there are other people that will go, God, that sucked more than anything. Who's got those peppers again? Where'd you say you got them? Or what was that? I'm that guy that went, oh, God almighty. What are you doing tomorrow? Got any more of those peppers? That's kind of how I am. So I don't know. I'm broken, man. Tone Ranger. I have a few challenges to do, but I've been having stomach issues. Too much pain meds from bulging disc, body stressed. Boy, I feel you, Tone. Let me tell you something. You should see my medical report. You'd flip. My spine, from my T5 down, every disc I have from T5 down is herniated or bulged. Some of them really bad. And I used to be on. Listen, I was on pain pills. What's the biggest size jar of pain meds you've seen? Like the orange jars with the white caps, like this tall, right? Sometimes they're big, fat like that. Sometimes they're skinny. I went to a pain management doctor, a doctor that specializes just in pain. And I had a jar this tall, that big around, filled with, the first time we did it was Vicodin, hydrocodone, 10s. And I'm telling you, it was a jar that big. And this is what he said. And he gave me notes, stuff to write down. And he said, he goes, you got to get ahead of the pain. So start taking 1 every couple hours. If that doesn't work, start taking 2. And figure out how many it takes for your pain to get ahead of the pain. And that's what we're going to base your next month prescription on. That's how they did it. I'm not even joking. And I was taking pain meds because I was in agony all the time. And went from then, man, they weren't working. They stopped working pretty quickly, actually. And we went from there to Perk 30s. Pretty quickly, they weren't working. I would chew them up and wash them down with a beer just to try to make them work better. Yeah, it was bad. And then one day I went to this pain management doctor, and he says, "Oh, well, actually, the time before that, he goes, we're going to give you 2 steroid shots in your spine." I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good time. Because that's not so bad. It's because you're the one holding the needle there, dude. So I go into his office, and I'm sitting there, and there's a bunch of people, like a full room of people. They call me. I go back there, and I got to lay down, and I'm talking to him. Tell me what he's going to do. Your spine. You have like the vertebrae, and then you have the disc between them. And then like vertebrae, disc. And my discs are where the problem is. They're just a mess. So he was going to take steroid, inject it right into the disc, shoot one side, and then shoot the other. I'm like, I'm a tough guy. I got a good pain tolerance. I could take it. I mean, wow. We can laugh about it now. I was laying down on this dude's table, face down, and he took this syringe. He goes, you'll feel a little pinch. And I felt the pinch. I was like, oh my God. He shot it in. First of all, it doesn't feel like it's going into a disc. I swear to God, it felt like he was just sticking right into like the vein was this big, not like it was hard for him to hit. The vein was this big, the nerve, was this big, and he was sticking right in the middle of it. That's what it felt like. I was like, and then when he hit the plunger and shot the steroid in, it felt to me like he took. You ever see the inner tubes where they pull the cord and the inner tube, bam, there's an inner tube just like that in your kitchen. 2 seconds later, that's what it felt like. Like he shot, like the second he went like that, an inner tube it went off like this between my two vertebrae. I screamed so loud. I screamed. He didn't warn me. I'm like, dude, you gotta tell me if it's gonna hurt that bad. I yelled so loud that when I left, I apologized to everybody in the waiting room. But the second one was worse. I'm like, dude, I don't need the second one. He goes, you have to have it. You did the first. I'm like, dude, I don't care if I'm off balance. I'm not letting you do that to me again. Oh my God, that was so bad. So then that was the second to the last time. Then I went back to the pain doctor and he's like, man, the Perk 30s. He's like, how's it going? I'm like, how's it? I haven't slept in a week. How does it look like I'm going? I'm dying. So he says, we're going to take you off that. We're going to put you on methadone. I'm an addict, right? I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go on methadone. I'm done. I'm leaving today and you won't see me again. He goes, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to ride this out and find something different. That's what I'm going to do. And I left there. Oh, my wife and 3 kids. I had my mother-in-law, my wife's mom, flew to Tahoe into Reno where we lived. I rented them a cabin in Tahoe for a week, maybe even 2. I don't remember. I was dying. I didn't want them to know I was dying. I didn't want them to see I was dying. So they took a ski vacation. I just locked the doors and for a week. I know. I love you, Nick. Thank you for doing that, bro. I appreciate it. Anyhow, I don't know how I got on that. Spine. So anyway, I quit doing pain reliever. And what I do now, and this is the truth, the only pain meds I take, and I'm telling you, swear to you, this is a true story. The only pain meds I take are aspirin. And that is it. That's it. I walked out, Rufus. But boy, you have no idea what a coward I felt like. I walked out and the look I'm the only guy back there. And I screamed. I mean, it was out of shock and out of pain, but I really screamed. And when I left there, the look on everybody's face, I said, hey, listen, I'm really sorry. It wasn't as bad as it sounded. He didn't tell me. I didn't prepare myself, but you'll be fine, you guys. I'm sorry. I felt terrible walking out of there. It sounded horrible. I think a grown man screaming like that. Terrible. Withdrawal is terrifying, Dizzy Dragon. It was a drag. Tone Ranger, a month ago I had coughing fit that pulled muscles that hurt. I'll be careful with cramps because it's easier to pull those same muscles. Tone. That is a bummer. When I first moved to Texas I moved back and forth to Texas a bunch of times. And on one of the trips back, right after I got there, I thought I had lung infection. I thought I had a terrible, like horrific upper respiratory infection. I would get these spastic coughing fits where they would come on. And I mean, it happened a couple times in traffic where I thought I was going to croak. I'm coughing so hard. I can't breathe. I can't stop coughing. It just wouldn't stop. And I'm like driving a car. It was like a horrifying thing. It got scary. So I went to this doctor. I had the coolest doctor. She was amazing. Very, very cool. Funny sense of humor. Oh, you never would peg her as a doctor. She was just very cool. So after a bunch of tests, she goes, you have cedar fever. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm allergic to penicillin. That's about it. I don't think you got this one right, hon. She's like, no, you got cedar fever. So she gave me this medicine for cedar fever. And she said, it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks to clear up. 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm telling you, like that medicine was like on a timer or something. Like it didn't actually work until the very last second. And at the end of 8 weeks, it was gone. But man, that was the strangest thing. But they gave me this. One of the drugs they gave me was for the spasms. And they said, they said, sometimes they pull you aside, they talk to you, consult you about this drug. They looked at me and said, look, are you hearing me? Don't take this if the sun's out. Don't take this. This is a nighttime thing. You don't, And boy, they meant that. But like it would just relax everything. It was a good drug. It helped. It's the only thing that stopped the spasms. It was awful. But I remember my ribs hurting like somebody had just tuned me up, like my ribs, like somebody had just punched the like beat the brakes off me. My ribs hurt from coughing like that. Papa Scoville broke ribs once. He had this terrible respiratory infection. I remember I was a little boy, man. I might have been like 4. I don't remember him being sick. I remember a scary time where he was in the bedroom with the door shut and it was daylight and like he should be at work and he wasn't. And I remember that. I don't remember, and afterwards as an adult, I've heard the full story, but he had a really bad upper respiratory infection. So I felt mine seize up. I coughed one more. And felt it pop. That sucks. Oh, I've broken ribs a lot, like a bunch of times. Ernie Eastman, forget about it. Good to see you guys. So the sun's starting to go down. It's so beautiful here. You know what time? What time is it here? It's 4:10 to 5 right now, and the temperature is 23 Celsius, 73 Fahrenheit. Absolutely beautiful here. All right, so listen, I've had so much fun talking with you guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with me. They're shipping that exercise bike, and I'm so excited to get in shape. You guys have no idea. I'm really really excited. That's funny. I'm gonna do it like I'm. Wait till, if you really want to have fun, you want to watch the early ones. Later ones will be fun, but I'll be in great shape. It'll be kind of boring because I'll just be pedaling and be able to talk to you like I am now. But I'd say the first week or two of me, I'm going to do live streams while I bike. I think it'll be fun. Don't count on like the first ones. Don't count on 30-minute live streams. I promise you, it'll be 15, 20 minutes. It'll be kind of short, and I won't have very good wind. It'll be funny. But as time goes on, I'm going to get in really good shape. I miss being in good shape, but it'll come back. If you saw me, like, well, you know what? You can look at the videos when I first started the channel. I was ripped. I didn't have any body fat on me. I had a six pack that was crazy. I dare do a challenge while you bike, Dan Denton. Well, don't threaten me with a good time. That's a challenge I will take up. I'm about that. I've done a I did a challenge. One of the challenges I did, I was hooked up to a blood pressure monitor. That was kind of cool. It was a chocolate bar. After each square, I would test my blood pressure because there were people saying, this is years ago. There were people saying, you're faking your challenges. You can't do the things you're doing. People were saying that, believe it or not. A lot of it. You guys, it's crazy. That was a long time ago, and no one says those things anymore. But when I first started, you understand that I was doing things nobody else was doing. So to kind of disprove that I was faking things, I was like, I can't fake a physiological reaction, right? So did the blood pressure. It was very cool. Day B, how tall are you, Johnny? I know Tommy's massive. I am 5'11". I used to be 6 foot, but a couple back surgeries and 5'11". We both have really big mitts. I've got huge hands. I could palm a basketball when I was in 7th grade. I have very big mitts. There's no two ways about that. But I'm just a little bit shorter than he is. All right, you guys. Listen, Scooby with the Dragon Ball, taller than my boyfriend and I. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you guys have a really, really great day. Tell somebody you love them because they need to hear it. And you need to say it. No joke. I don't think I'll be on again today. We're closed, people. It's practically upon us. So, and if you're in any of those places I mentioned at the very beginning, try to catch that. A lot of them are live. The TV commercials, or the interviews are live. Some of them are not, but it's going to be a very interesting Monday. I love you guys a lot. I'm Johnny Scoble, and this was Chase the Heat.